What's good, y'all? I'm going in this farmer's market. I hope nobody don't carrying out. I hope I don't see people sleeping with their sister. We gotta get all the racist stuff that everybody else on. I hope I don't see nobody sleeping with their sister or nothing in here. I hope they ain't gonna carrying out. So this okay, he was nice so far. Everybody nice. Let me get me one of these little buckets. I gotta flip this thing around so I can see it. Oh shit. The whole bucket thing is moving. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Damn, that's a low door. What kind of apples these is? Oh, that music there loud. Let me move. Is this music gonna mess up? I have to mute the music in the background. Applesauce, peaches. Oh, that jam might be off the chain good. Take off these shades. I can't see like this. Sorry about that, y'all. My daughter's mother gave me a call. I had to figure that out. Do they have these not cut? Let me see if they have these not cut. Yeah, my daughter's mother called me. But it's nice and quiet in here. Ain't nobody chipping out. Yeah, ain't nobody got down. They ain't carrying down. It's a local farm. All this shit look like local jam. Look at this shit, y'all. I'm gonna get me some jam. Oh jam. Apple cinnamon butter. That look like that's gonna be good. I want a small one of the apple cinnamon. This look like that's gonna be good there, boy. Apple cinnamon butter. I'm gonna put that on me some toast or put that on me a biscuit. I wonder if they got biscuits in here. That's muffin mix. This is cornbread. Classic bread. I might have to try this. Sound fire. Can't be stealing. I ain't stealing that. Hey, boy, y'all ain't shit. Already trying to get me in trouble. I ain't stealing nothing. Cornbread, cornbread, cornbread. I got the classic bread. I wonder if they got some natural honey up in this mother truck. Honey hot sauce. Oh, they go to natural honey right there, baby. From natural bees. Oh, okay. That's what I'm talking about. Blueberries. I need to check it out. All right, what's that stuff? I don't know what that is. I'm good on that. This is my first time here, so I'm just looking around. I gotta get some more fruit though. I'm gonna have to go to another show too because this ain't got the fruit that I thought they have. Apple of the week. All right, this is the apple of the week. That should do it for me. All right, I'm gonna have to sorry, brother. Good, good. This stuff right there, apple cinnamon butter, that's pretty good. I never tried it. Okay. I gotta try it. On me some bread. Sounds pretty good. Yeah. I better get me some more of them grapes because probably gonna eat them in one sitting. Get one more thing of those grapes. Yeah, them grapes look good. I don't know what, boy. I'm talking about grapes. Oh, I found blueberries coming back over here too. That's what's up. Organic blueberries. Let me get me 2 or 3 of these, boy. Yeah. And I might get me a watermelon slice. Hey, don't be racist. All right. I know I said watermelon. That's gonna make some of y'all chip out. Found me some blueberries. Get one more. Yeah, I found me some blueberries, Jack. That look like some fresh squeezed juice I need. What the hell is that? Apple cider or strawberry peach? Oh, nice. That strawberry peach sound like it'll go good with some vodka. What this say? Russ said, "What's up, KB? Where you- Nah. Let me taste the food first. I'll let you know when I come back." Yeah. Uh,
These are 10 cents a piece. Those are the green ones are $2.50, and those are like $7, $8.
yeah, this looks like it's sturdy. I'll get this one.
Yes, sir.
I got one or two in the car. Russ said, "What up, KB? Where you at? Southern Dale Farms at McDonough. It is a Saturday. No, no, no. I'm up north. Where do I hit the tap at? Okay. No, I'm not up north. I'm up north, bro. Salute to you, Red Bubble Russell. Salute to you, Red Bubble. Matter of fact, let me go get this other bag out of the car. God dang, I can't see out here. Well, it's a beautiful day out here, boy. Look at this. Shit, it's a beautiful ass day. Nah, this ain't down south, boy. All this green, you know what I'm saying? I find beautiful shit when I go places, man. I just Google. I think I type in Google beautiful shit, and then stuff just pop up. I try to type in beautiful shit, and then I let this stuff just pop up. Oh shit, that bee almost got me. Yeah, but Miss Collins, I just type in. I say beautiful shit. I got to show y'all this water area over here. It look nice. I'm telling you, every time I go to these places, Miss Collins, they be like, "How your black ass found this?" They be looking at me like, "How your black ass found this?" I don't know who sang this song, but I like it.
Got the Shazam app?
Huh?
Got the Shazam app?
Yeah, I do. I need to check it out. I definitely do. You can find out anything on Shazam.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir, of course. Your receipts that day.
Appreciate it. All right. Oh shit, I'm rattling my groceries out. Another cool, quiet place, man. That's what I like. Cool, quiet places. Let me show y'all the camera flip. Shit, nice and quiet out here. Nice and quiet. And this the spot. Some of y'all would have been scared to go in there because of the rebel flags or whatever it is. Not me. Mm. How you doing? I'm going where the nice fruit at, and I'm going to get it. If you got some nice fruit in your city, don't put it on Google because you liable to catch a bus pull up on you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you got a farmer's market in your city, yeah, if you got a farmer's market in your city, you better take it off Google because I'm liable to show up. For real. Mhm. But don't we supposed to eat banana? Yeah, I eat banana. Oh, Cino finna sue the hell out of the hey, Cino in the chat. Hold on, let me put my address in. Boy, Cino had me crying laughing. All right, let me redo mine. Man, Cino had me crying laughing, man. I'm filming right now as we speak. Hey, man. Hey, Cino. As soon as I woke up, I tapped into your live, right? I ain't say nothing because I ain't know what the hell was going on. I just laughed my ass off. When I came in your live, you had a bat behind your back, behind your head. You was looking serious as a motherfucker, right? And then the first thing I heard you say, you know what? First thing in the morning, I'm waking up and I'm calling the feds. I fucking cried laughing. I say, man, I'm not gonna text. I'm not gonna say that because this nigga seems serious as a motherfucker. So I don't know what happened. I don't know how much money was won or lost. So let me not say nothing out there before we fall out. Let me just sit back. I said, let me log off. Log off. I did the wheel. Log off. Log off. Oh shit! I forgot to get water. Ain't this a musty hoe? I gotta stop somewhere and get some water. Oh, this a golf course right here. Oh man. Oh man, I'm finna learn how to play golf, man. This shit looks so good out there. I don't even know how to play golf, but it looked like I need to learn. Those fellas out there probably talking about that munyon. Why the hell this shit keep doing this? Hold on. There you go. Them boys get to talk about that munyon on that golf course. See, no, how much money you lost, dog? You gotta let us know. Give me a number, like under 10, over 10, under 5, over 5. Because it looked like you was about to take a bat to that TV. All the thing I was thinking, I said, see, no, don't hit the TV with the bat. Don't crash out. You gonna run into MJ at the golf course? Nah, MJ probably at one of them golf courses in Florida. I would have a better chance of running into MJ down there in Brunswick at that Sea Island golf course on St. Simon. People don't realize we got a hell of a golf course down where I'm from. If you play golf, man, you one of them guys, you got to come down to Sea Island. Yeah, you got to come down and check out our golf course. You said you think that's the worst away game playoff blowout? Man, that shit done turned into WWE, man. But I can't say nothing. I need y'all to believe this shit real before y'all try to fuck up my pension. The NBA is real. Shit. The hell y'all talking about? Every play was just and right. Mm-hmm. From my perspective. Yeah. And no pun, and it ain't no reason for me to say this. I don't have no ulterior motive. I sound like a fucking politician. I don't have no ulterior motive. I know in a couple years I get a pension from that NBA, and I don't want it to implode. I want it to turn into that overseas market and get rid of all these American players like they about to do anyway. When I tried to warn of this diva behavior, and when I try to say, nigga, you shouldn't be toting no pistol as one of the best players in the NBA, everybody called me a coon. So everybody want to keep it real, you know, and they gonna show you something about that keeping it real. Because in order to make millions of dollars, your behavior comes into play. Okay, let me just explain something to you. I told you I watch behavior from the get-go. And that's why they not fucking with us American players. I talked to my brother about it on his page. Where is the American player that's the front runner in the NBA? There is none. They steady trying to hold on to LeBron. They paying so much money trying to hold on to LeBron as the face of the league, but we all know that's some bullshit. Them foreign players is running the show. And they ain't toting no pistols. They showing up, whether they move slow or move fast, they showing up, they playing basketball, they kicking your ass, and they leaving. They ain't in the media, they ain't in no drama, they ain't trying to make 75 babies. I'm guilty of that too. They ain't trying to goddamn who ride on nobody, and ain't nobody bothering them. So another thing that those foreign athletes don't have to worry about, they don't have to worry about taking care of the whole hood. Because some of it is done by design. You have these players that can't go back to their own community without having to open up their wallet and pay for everybody there. And the ones that do it, they love them, they embrace them, and then they go broke. But the ones that don't, they call them sellouts, they call them coons, they say they ain't down for the blacks, when really it's the way that they are framing it in the media. These small towns, I'm from a small town, so I know they take in federal funding. They don't do what they're supposed to do for it with it, and then they try to get athletes to fill in the gap. And if you don't, even the local politicians will start fucking with you. So the shit crazy. It's a setup. It's a lose-lose for these black athletes if they don't play their cards the right way. You know, it's a lose-lose. Steph Curry, he get a pass because he light skinned. He look damn near white. So he don't have to have this hood mentality, this persona that he a hood nigga. But Ant-Man better get that money up. Shit, especially if he want to go to the strip club and get some more strippers. He better get that money up. Or they gonna rob him next time he in the strip club. Yeah, that's our fate. We get robbed. But yeah, ain't no black players in the NBA or American period. Besides Cooper Flag, I think Cooper Flag is from America, but we not going to accept him as our goddamn player of the league because he white. Let's keep it a bean. We all somebody that we can say that's our motherfucker. But now ain't no more of that. Giannis, he black, but he ain't from America. KD, he can't win because he too busy tweeting about motherfuckers. And I'm telling you, most of these players don't know how to play basketball in a team setting. They don't know. You see superstar players crying about the ball. Nigga, you on the team with other giants like you. When KD went to the Golden State Warriors, he won, but that was the most frustrated KD I ever seen. He wasn't happy playing basketball. He happy just shooting the goddamn ball. That's his rendition of playing basketball. Shooting the ball every time I touch it, being the guy that everybody look up to as the scorer. That's his rendition of good basketball. Not about winning. Draymond Green was up in his face telling him, nigga, we don't need you to do all that. We got Stephen Curry. We got Klay Thompson. So what, we supposed to just ice Klay out in the corner? Cooper Flag from Maine? All this drive and kick basketball. You have 7-foot centers that we think ain't no good. And I hope y'all don't think the competition level is that far off. You telling me JaVale McGee done went overseas at 38, 39, and then turned into Giannis. JaVale McGee is bringing the goddamn ball up the court. JaVale McGee is living his second NBA career or second professional career overseas, and he's loving it. You know why? Because they don't got nobody doing the rendition of Shaq and the Fool on JaVale McGee. The guy can just sit back and play basketball. He don't have legends attacking him. He could just play basketball without a care in the world and play the sport that he loved without being fucked with. And that's not what the reality is for him. That wasn't the reality for Stephon Marbury. How many American players have to go overseas? And I know what y'all thinking. Oh, well, overseas ain't like NBA basketball. Well, then how come the overseas players are better than the NBA players right now? Man, McGee over there hooping, boy. McGee hitting threes. Now, of course, he's not going to get the touches like he does over there in the NBA. But you telling me that this guy's shot just improved overnight like that? You think he just improved overnight like that? No. The guy ain't offensively improve overnight. It's just that's the type of style of play that we want to play in the NBA where the big man is obsolete. They feeding that boy. That boy having games where he getting 37 blocks, 27 rebounds. That boy over there killing. And guess what happened? Ain't nobody talking about it. Because basketball is basketball. I don't give a damn what you say. Go out there and try it. If basketball ain't basketball, go get one of your older legends that's JaVale McGee age or close to it, send them overseas and see what they average. You still got to be in shape. You still got to put the ball in the basket. Ain't nobody letting this man score. It's all about who get that look. That man getting the ball every play. He has a good rhythm. He's feeling good about his game, and that's the result that you're going to get. It's hard to play with guards that just want to shoot the ball every time and tell you to go rebound the fucking ball. I don't want to go get not one rebound, bitch. You ain't give me the ball. Fuck you. You know? A lot of people don't understand. There's a lot of things that come into the game, and all these guys that sit up here and have the luxury of taking 20-something shots a game. I remember telling Rudy Gay this. I said, Rudy Gay, I said, you young guys that have the team by the horns, and when y'all first come in the league, you know, it's your show. You got to look. You don't know if you're gonna ever have this again. And there's a difference when you that guy and they're giving you all the looks compared to where you just another guy. If you just another guy, you're not gonna get features. You're not gonna get that ball. You might miss 2 shots in a row and they snatch your ass out the game because the guy that's featured need the ball. Now, if you that guy, you miss 2 shots, they're gonna let you shoot yourself into a rhythm. I done seen guys that's a scorer miss 4, 5 shots in a row. And then after that, they get that heater going. So don't judge a book by its cover, Jack. Some of these guys ain't as good as y'all think they are. And the evidence show it as soon as they get traded from the team that they was on. As soon as some of these guys get traded to where they don't have the comfort of shooting the ball every time, they turn into trailer park trash. They turn into trash. It don't matter what I was. I've been that old. I tell you, some of y'all that don't understand sports, y'all believe anything they show you and they tell you. Y'all believe anything they show you and they tell you. You think Jalen Durant getting traded? I have no idea. I'm telling you, it's hard for me to watch NBA basketball. Shit, most of the games I fall asleep on. I can already predict what they're gonna do. Drive and kick, drive and kick, drive and kick, drive and kick. I don't want to see that shit all the damn day. I know exactly what these niggas finna do. Drive and kick, drive and kick. Drive and kick, drive and kick. Center be wide open, running the damn court, drive and kick. I remember Oak used to tell me, hey, don't leave the paint. Motherfucker don't want to give you the ball, stand there in the paint, get a 3 second. That's what the old school bigs used to do. They used to be like, Kwame, stand there. Oak used to tell me, stand there in the paint and get a 3 second. And I'll make them motherfucker give you the ball. Fuck what they talk about. That was Oak. Now they ain't teaching big man that. They just got big man is obsolete. They just the big doofuses that get the guards the ball. Motherfucker don't even know how to play with a big man. They think you got to be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to be a good big man. No, he's just a scoring big. It's been a long time since I watched a full NBA game. I understand. Shit hard to watch. It's definitely hard to watch that shit. A bunch of divas that don't appreciate their position. I know I don't want to watch. If I wasn't watching to give commentary and content on it, I wouldn't watch. Play like DeAndre Ayton. It don't matter. It don't matter how I play. It's over with. Yeah, it don't matter. Let's see. I got me some water now. Man, forget all this player. Forget all this talk, player. Who you picking in the East and the Western Finals? And you going over when Jaylen Brown check Stephen A? Yeah, I'm gonna go over that when I get to my computer. Was Jaylen Brown, man? You know how Stephen A is. Jaylen Brown was 100% right. These guys, what give these guys the right to talk? They haven't done anything. They haven't done a damn thing that anybody should respect Stephen A. Stephen A's word over anybody. That nigga said, "Shut the fuck up." I ain't never heard Jaylen Brown talk like that. I thought he was the educated one. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Oh man, I should have bought. Thank you. You too. I should have bought a goddamn bag in here. But it ain't about who I want to pick. It's looking like they want New York and OKC. If you ask me, I don't see who gonna beat OKC besides maybe San Antonio. Now that could be what they want. San Antonio and and the Knicks. But I think OKC and San Antonio match up with each other well. Because Wembyama got to deal with old boy that's 7'4" too. So they match up very well. How you doing?
Put those games on public TV,
Right.
like last night.
Exactly.
What was on?
Peacock or something.
Yeah, some screwed up station.
Exactly. That's Adam Silver for you, man. It's crazy. See, you see the real fans, they look here, they don't want to hear that shit. They don't even watch it. He said they better put the goddamn game back on regular TV. Now I do wish they do that. I don't know what the hell. You know how hard it is? You gotta download the app every other weekend to find the game. Peacock, you gotta download this. It ain't on YouTube TV no more. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, they got Chet Holmgren on the other end that he might be out at the 3-point line and not in the paint as well. So I know they got Wembyama on San Antonio, but they got Chet. And if number 8 come back, if Williams come back, which it's looking like they can get him back at some point during this series, then it could be a problem. And I think they moving the ball better with Williams not playing. So I think that's why they not rushing him. They was literally moving the ball better without Williams on the floor. And that's like they second best player or third best if you're going to count Chet as the second best. But the dude tenacity, his heart, his defense is something that I don't think you can replace. But man, I don't know. If they get all hands on deck against San Antonio, I think OKC, with Shy not playing as good as he could play against the Lakers and they still pull out the win. Because Shy did not play his best basketball against the Lakers. We all know that. I like that little lefty, Mitchell, that little backup point guard they got. He said Spurs in 7. I mean, it's gonna go. That's gonna be a great series, I believe. They match up well. They trying to monetize the playoffs just to watch. But yeah, I believe it's gonna be. Y'all think James Harden gonna pull it out? Y'all think James Harden and Cleveland gonna pull it out, or New York gonna do their thing? That little motion at the top with Cat, boy, that's hard to goddamn stop. And then number 8 on New York, if he stay healthy, if he get back healthy and stay healthy, it could be a problem. But if it gets nicked up again, which you never know, ain't pretty much nobody is healthy this stage in the season. But if he's not injured to the point to where he can't play his normal game, then I believe New York might have a shot to win that thing. They'll come out the East at least, not to win it, but to come out the East. I don't think they got enough for San Antonio. I don't think they got enough for San Antonio or OKC, if you ask me. Wemby is like the goddamn cheat code, boy. You try to go help this bitch at the 3-point line. I'm like, what the? I seen the dude 2-9 on Wemby. You know how they teach you the 2-9 in the paint? You got to lose all your principles with playing against Wemby. KB, you and TJ need a challenge together. Man, nah, TJ so damn funny. He need his own show, man. Yeah, we could do something like one or 2 days out the week. I'll come on this platform or something, but he be having me dying laughing. But yeah, with Wemby, man, your regular defensive principles has to go out the window. Because sometimes he on the block and the guards are about to drive and you got to go, you're taught to 2-9 in the paint so you can be ready to help. Wemby will slide from the block to the corner. So the guy will drive. He's not even really looking to get to the rim all the way, kind of. If he is trying to get to the rim, he just throwing it. The Aaron Fox, I saw him one play. I'm like, he knew he wasn't going to make that shot, but Wemby was already underneath the rim. Sometimes he stay up underneath the rim and nobody going to be able to get the ball. Once you take your body off Wemby and go help, you're not going to be able to get the ball over him. He's just going to tip, dump. And then if he decides to slide out to the 3-point line, now your rotation is from the 2-9 position all the way out to the corner 3. It's like, damn. You can't help off of Wemby. You got to get your help from somewhere else. Because he's too tall. You move your body away from him, he's going to just get the offensive rebound over your back. And then if you're strong and you can root him out, Sometimes he don't want that contact. He'll just drift out somewhere to the 3-point line, and when you turn around and look for him, there's some bitch behind the 3. So you got to develop a scheme that's specific for Wemby, and you might have to help off like the 4-man or help off whoever their weakest shooter is. You damn sure can't help off Wemby because it's gonna be too many offensive rebounds. You're gonna get your guy in foul trouble. Like that's tough to deal with. These guys should be riding them little riding lawnmowers right here. That big ass unit right here up close to people's house. That is done. You're supposed to have that one you standing on the back of it. You said 4-2 OKC? Yeah, maybe. You never damn know. Yeah, Castle is a beast. I like him now. You right about that. That boy there can go. Show enough. Yeah, that boy there got a bright future in the league. He a dog. You have to. But the problem is, once you take your body off of Wemby, pause. I ain't finna say pause. This basketball term. Once you take your body off of him and you release contact, then you got a 7'6" guy that most guys he's either 6 inches taller than or more. There's not a lot of 7-foot centers in the league. There's only a few 7-footers. So you got a guy 6, 7 inches taller than your tallest guy. And if your 7-footer get in trouble, let's just say you put a 6'10" guy on him. Shit, he 8, 9, he damn near he towering over them, especially with his wingspan. So yeah, you can't leave him at all. Brother KB, where's LeBron going? LeBron gonna go with whoever win. You already know that. LeBron is a thought. LeBron like me when it comes to my football. I don't have a football team because I'm from Brunswick, Georgia. So we really ain't have no football team. So I'm a thought when it comes to football. I'm with whoever winning. You know what I'm saying? I'm with whoever winning. That's my team. Whoever won the Super Bowl last year, that's who I play with on John Madden. All my friends know it. They like, we know who you want. Whoever won the Super Bowl. Yep. So every year, the New England Patriots, when they won, they was my team. And then Dallas Cowboys, oh, they ain't winning so long. They ain't been my team in so long. But the Patriots, the Seahawks was my team one year. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna keep it real. I like to win, Skip. I'm with the winners, Skip. Yeah, so LeBron kind of like me in that sense. You know, he a thought. He with the winners. You see when Drake got his ass whooped by Kendrick Lamar, guess what LeBron did? He went with Kendrick Lamar. He a thought. I'm not hating on LeBron. I know some of y'all gonna there's no hate, no heat, no judgment. The boy is a thought, and y'all know it. He like to be with a winner. Me too. And so if and he going back to the East though, because he realized the West is too hard. He going back East. So if Cleveland come out, he going to Cleveland. If New York come out, he going to New York. He don't want no more of this West Coast. But he do got a house out west now. But it's different house out west because he's in production. He Did it switch on to the Wi-Fi? Or is it still breaking up? Y'all let me know. Let me switch over to the computer real quick. The audio acting up. Let me switch over to this computer since the audio acting up. Oh, I'm good now? Okay. Yeah, had to switch over to the Wi-Fi. But yeah, TJ in the chat, TJ can tell you. I'm a thought. Whoever win. TJ, what team I'm gonna be with? He know. Whoever win is my motherfucking team. Yeah, whoever win, that's my team. Yep. Better start talking about the king. Hey man, Trump is not a king, and LeBron is not a king either. Y'all with this blasphemous ass shit. I know y'all racist, so if he black, he could do the same, the Uno reverse card or the shit that you cry about. I keep it consistent. I agree. Trump is not a king, so let's keep it consistent. LeBron isn't either. Y'all motherfucker with this bullshit. All right? Yeah, I'm a thought. I told you I want to be with a winner, Skip. At least I embrace my shit. You know what I mean? Did you hear about Rich Paul ignorant ass talking about Jordan and Kobe having both parents made them selfish? Man, listen here, man. Rich Paul them gonna say anything. Jordan and Kobe having both parents made them men. They trying to pull on the heartstrings of people like, yeah, a single mama did it. The reason why LeBron got to run and get up under other men is because maybe he didn't have a daddy that'll kick him up the ass and say, no, boy, you're not finna do that. You finna learn how to win. You don't see Jalen Brunson daddy on the sideline cussing his ass out every other second. Jalen Brunson daddy up in his face, like, hey, look at boy, I don't want to hear that shit. Anytime they need to get Brunson together, they send his daddy right over to his face. And he no hold bar with it. He ain't gotta say, okay, you make $100-200 million, so I can't talk to you like that. No, he go over there, give him that dad talk and that coach talk. Get your fucking head out your ass, boy. It's good to see it too. Cause how can you tell somebody that's making that much money? If it's just a regular coach, how can you tell somebody that's making that much money uh in what to do? Some of those guys, they don't want to hear nothing else you gotta say. That's why you see so many guys that make a contract and get that big money and then they argue with the coach all day. You heard what Allen Iverson said. Man, I wish I would have listened to Larry Brown more. I wish I took practice a little more serious. I wish I would have listened because I was good. I was great, but it might have got me over the hump to win. Winning is hard than a motherfucker. And Allen Iverson admitted that. I respect him for that. That man said, I wish I could have did this and this and that. You got to respect that. And KB was Yao Ming hard to guard in the paint. I seen him in person, and that dude calves looked like bowling balls in his leg. That Asian dude talk, man, listen here. Was he hard to guard? What? See, he was easy to guard when he first came in because you just had to worry about his size. He really ain't know what to do with his size. But boy, man, when that son of a bitch got used to his body and got used to running the NBA, man, shit. It was like midway through his second year, he started settling in and getting low and stopped being nervous. And man, that motherfucker turned into a man child. And he embraced that jump shot, and you had to get closer to him. And then once he hit you and turned, like he was trying not to hurt you because he's so big. Like we got easy offensive fouls on him that on other people it wouldn't have been offensive fouls, but he just so goddamn big. It looked like he tried to knock your head off when he really was just doing a basketball move. If you seen his legs, you know why. That motherfucking legs is like two people legs in one. So anytime he did a gather step and he hit you, it looked like he tried to kill you. So we would get offensive fouls on him. Y'all know y'all was a GMO baby. Yeah, he might have been. He had to try not to hurt your ass, boy. That shit was a shame. Hell yeah, you gained weight. Oh, Will, go to the ocean, man. Hell yeah, he was hard to guard. At first he wasn't, but he was hard to guard after that because then he could step out. For a big man, he could step out 15, 18 feet and hit that shot. And when he did that plus the post up, oh, it changed the whole game then. So that's why Tracy ain't like that, because he talk all this shit about if he would have had Shaq. You had a motherfucker that was just as good as Shaq. He wasn't as a physical force, as dominant as Shaq like that, but Yao Ming was a great player. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, I seen that Jaylen Brown talking about Stephen A. Let me go to my computer. I can play it for y'all. I think the boy self-talk put it on. I don't know if Jaylen Brown flag or not, but I know self-talk don't flag. So let me enter the studio on my computer. Man, they gonna keep bringing them guys from overseas in here, man. I'm telling you, they want the whole country. They got whole countries behind them. We barely like anybody. We find a reason to hate people. Them people come with countries, B. Who you think they gonna go with? Add this one to the stage, remove this one. Yeah, them people come with whole countries, man. That man told Stephen A. And all Stephen A. gonna do is get upset and yell and shout. But for real, the reason what Jaylen Brown point is that I get is that they're not real journalists. They're like entertainers. They'll say anything. They like thought holes when the media cycle is slow. And watch, you'll see when NBA basketball go down, you're gonna see guys just making up shit. You're gonna see that's when the Stephen A's come out with a private source told me and all this other crap. That's when they make up all the stories that they're gonna make up. So Jaylen Brown is basically challenging them, saying you don't have no integrity. Hold on, what this is I'm seeing, Udonis Haslem pulls up on Gil Arenas for defending Anthony Edwards. Uh-oh, let me see this shit. Let me see this first, man. I didn't know they talking shit about Anthony Edwards. Let me see something.
NBA cinema guys, so we got to talk about this as Gilbert Arenas made a comment about Anthony Edwards in defense of him going down to shake the San Antonio Spurs hands with 8 minutes left, and Udonis Haslem took offense to it because he felt like Gilbert was speaking to him and a slew of others who were very critical of Ant. And I think, Blake Griffin was a little critical. Dirk Nowitzki was critical of Ant in that moment, not as a basketball player, but just in that moment, and going to war with a group of men. That's not really the best look. You want to wait until the game has concluded, especially with the amount of time that was on the clock at that time. But, they saying in defense of him, which is what Gilbert Arenas is doing, he's saying that, look, I'm not going to want to go down there after the game, so let me go ahead and get it out the way now. So let's listen at what exactly Haslam said and what
Okay, so I didn't see it. So the gist of what I'm hearing is that Gilbert Arenas is saying that Anthony Edwards is wrong or somehow, I don't know, bad or he should have went down there at the end of the game, but Anthony Edwards went down to shake hands with 8 minutes on the clock. Oh man, I couldn't imagine what Oak would have did if somebody went down and shook the other player's hand with 8 minutes on the clock. Damn. Yeah, I don't even want to imagine what Oak would have did, but it wouldn't have been pretty.
Gilbert said, and then we're going to get into Haslam's response to Gilbert on his Instagram post.
And what I will say is great as Ant is as a basketball player, there's still some growth for him as well. Because as a leader, I would not have walked down there and shook their hand. would not have walked down there and shook their hand with 8 minutes left in the game. As a leader of my troops and my guys, I would not show that weakness. The game is not over. I got 8 minutes left. I still got smoke coming out of my ears, so I'm so damn mad we losing. Let me calm down for those 8 minutes since I'm not in, and then after those 8 minutes, I'll go down there and I'll congratulate them and their coaching staff. But in the middle of the game, when I got guys that have sat the bench and cheered me on, no, I'm gonna sit there and cheer those guys on. I'm gonna put that energy back into those guys, and then when the game's over, I'll go over there and shake their hand. So that's just the way I.
Wait, so he got off the bench and went down there and shook their hand with 8 minutes on the clock while the game was still going on? Golly. Hell to the no.
Handle things. I'm a little bit different. I'm a little bit old school. I understand there's a different generation, but I don't think if they were beating San Antonio, Wemby would have went down there and shook his hand with 8 minutes left. I don't think so. I damn sure know Wemby would have went down there and shook his hand.
I don't even know if that's old school.
So for me, I love Ant-Man as a basketball player. I love where he's going to be as a basketball player, but as a leader, the next few steps he needs to make are little small details and things like that, because other people on your team and those guys are always watching you and they're following you whether you know it or not.
That's called sportsmanlike conduct, right? And this is why I love being on this side now. You can't pick and choose when you want to use sportsmanlike conduct. You can't use that. Don't now hate Ant-Man because he's shaking their hands. It don't matter when. He know he was getting subbed out. He knows after this game is over, I'm not going to want to go down there. My locker room is right here. And I'm not, you know what? I just want to get the hell out of here. So in real time, he goes, let everybody, good game, period. If he walked off the court at the end and didn't shake the hand, you're going to say he was a sore loser, right? You know that Michael Jordan, Isaiah Thomas beef, not shaking hands. You guys pick and choose when you want to be all sportsmanlike, friendly. And he showed the ultimate respect. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with it.
So that post came across Udonis Haslem's timeline, and I know he felt like he was one of the people that Gilbert Arenas was talking to because he was the most vocal. I remember seeing one of the pundits saying they're ready to see what Udonis Haslem has to say about this, and so he goes on Gil's post where this video is posted on Instagram, and he says, "At No Chill Gil, man, stop it." So that means Julius can do it, McDaniels can do it. They all came out. Why didn't they go down there? Hell, why didn't Coach Finch go down there in the huddle and shake Mitch's hand too? Are we saying anybody can do it? Because that's a problem. And if we're saying Ant can do it, then that's a problem too. Ain't nobody picking and choosing a D thing. What's the rush? You got the entire offseason ahead of you. I'm an Ant fan, but the man should have waited till the game was over straight up. And some other people were coming at Udonis Haslem and were saying that his tough guy was an act and that he was very critical of Ant in the comment section. And UD says to one of the users, "I'm on his back. Did I talk bad about him so he can't get constructive criticism? Did you see me speak on it? Praised him for multiple things before I even touched on that," which he did. Y'all just be looking for ish. Biggest Ant fan, but I'm also a real one and I stand on what I stand on. Simple. Ant a real one, so like it or not, I'm sure the young man wouldn't have a problem with it because I gave him respect off rip. Now, let me say this, because
Yeah, UD never disrespected the man. He just said that he wouldn't have done that. And he's the leader of the team. He gave him his props as a leader. Damn, they would come weed eat right now. But he gave him his props as a leader. And he said that as a leader, that's not something that you should engage in. I don't understand what's wrong with that. That's not saying nothing wrong. And I mean, I know Gil got his perspective. I don't agree with him. I'm not going to disrespect him because then I know where everybody waiting. Anytime I say something, that means it's beef. I cannot agree with somebody and it not be beef. I just don't agree with his take on that. And I would more so gear towards Udonis' take because he's an actual NBA champion, something that I wanted to be, something that Gilbert Arenas wanted to be. So people should more so listen to a guy who's been in the foxhole, won a championship, and understands what it takes to win and what it looks like from the optics of a team standpoint. What did Udonis say? He said you had teammates out there still fighting. And they were sitting on the bench cheering for you. So you don't give them that impression as a leader. And that's what he's trying to get him to understand. You're the leader of that team. So everything you do is going to be scrutinized more. So you can't go do that. And I just think that's a big brother, a winner, trying to show a younger cat who's trying to come into the league and win the right way to do it. If you want to listen to Gilbert, fine. but Gilbert is not an NBA champion. Udonis Haslem is an NBA champion. So I'm going to defer more to the NBA champion, who is a proven winner, not about stats, not about all that other shit. If you guys see the impact and the respect that Udonis get in Miami, you would change your tune on what you think about some of these superstar players, because they don't get the respect that Udonis Haslem get.
I do think Udonis Haslem gave us respect off rip, but I think the way this question is going to be framed when it's presented to Anthony Edwards about shaking hands, they're going to say one of the OGs was very critical of you. You remember how he went and came around and he said F him? You know, it's because it's going to be the way that the journalists present the question in the moment, and then he's going to feel his pride having to say something a certain type of way when the question is presented to him, rather than the whole thing. You know, he talked about Anthony Edwards, and this is what he was saying was his next step of growth as far as maturation. Is one of the things, you know, and you always can grow as a leader, especially when you're not winning anything yet. And even when you are winning, you're still going to grow, because you're going to learn different personnel and how to deal with them, and, you know, how to kind of navigate that. But, you know, I think Haslam's point is a good one. Now, Gilbert Arenas brings up something interesting. I remember recently, and I don't know who said this, but recently it was presented that maybe these teams should start shaking hands prior to the game. I don't know if that was for amateur sports, or was it, because I mean, I could see that for amateur sports, because we're seeing too many fights amongst the parents, amongst the coaches, amongst the players at the AAU levels and the high school levels these days. You know what I'm saying? But
I didn't know we had to line up and shake hands. Like, why is this even a thing? Kobe used to sometimes throw his hand up when he was mad. Sometimes he would just throw his hand up at the other coach and at the other players, and he gone. You don't gotta go shake nobody's hand, period. What the fuck you mean we gotta shake your hand? This ain't little league. We in the business of basketball. I can shake your hand when I see you out in the summertime. I don't gotta go shake your hand. I could, like I said, I've seen a lot of players just shoot the deuces up to the other coach, show their respect, show their salute, and walk their ass off. Or if they respected somebody on the team individually, they went and hollered at them. But that's it. Players, this is not little league where they make us line up and get in a line and go and shake hands. This ain't no motherfucking hockey. Shit. Right, Paul. It's so many players. You know how many times I see Kobe walk off the goddamn court, don't shake nobody's hand. Don't even shake our hand, nigga. Nigga, Kobe wouldn't talk to us for 2-3 days until we won again. You want to talk about sportsmanship? Nigga, your own teammate won't even talk to you until you win. Come in the next day, bust your ass in practice, won't say a word to you, nigga. You say good morning. Not only did he not speak to the other team, nigga, he not even speaking to you. So, damn all this sensitivity. If he get waved, cool. I mean, if he gets sensitive, cool. It is what it is. Udonis was trying to tell him in a nice way that ain't what you should do in front of your teammate. And if they turn this into beef, I don't think Udonis meant it as beef, but you know, that'll just be stupid.
they talked about, you know, players potentially shaking hands prior to the heat of battle. And I'm going to say this, I'm not all the way opposed to that. You know, I'm not all the way opposed to that. But, you know, as adults, I think we should be able to shake our hand, because, you know, to the victor goes the spoils. And so at the end of the games, I should be able to look a man in his eye after a long series or after a game and say, you know, you got that. That's a part of the sting of it. You know, so when you on the right side of that, it's such gratification. You know, that you rose to the mountaintop. But I did see that floating around as an idea, but maybe that's just for youth sports again, because we see it too much go on at that level where things are turning physical far too frequent. And I don't think, you know, with the fines that would be in place for these guys, I don't think that'll be a problem. You know, so I think they would. I think they are going to be okay shaking hands after the game. Anthony Edwards going over into the huddle and doing that. I would love to know how his teammates truly felt about that. You know, just going over there in the heat of battle and shaking their hands and congratulating them. It was a wild scene for me to see. You know, it was a wild scene to see. We know Ant-Man has always done things a little different, done things his way. That's a lot of the reason why people like.
I don't understand. I don't understand why this is news when they don't have to shake hands. I do agree it may cause some underlying tension between teammates because people are going to talk. Whether they say it or not, Ant-Man is the guy, but people are going to talk. You don't want tension in your locker room because you did some shit like that. But like I said, I think it's much to do about nothing if he didn't shake their hand. I almost rather him not shake their hand than to do that because you don't want your teammates to read into it the wrong way. And when you have 15 people on the team plus a coaching staff, you ain't gonna get everybody to think that you did this in good faith. There's some people gonna think you did this despite the team for losing. It's like you rolled with us when we was winning, but then you want to, you're not with us when we losing, and you got to be in the foxhole when you win, and you got to be in the foxhole with your team when you lose. You got to go down with the ship. It ain't nothing. If you would have took guys over with you, I want to know that he say, "Hey guys, that's over here on the bench. Let's go shake their hand now, because I ain't going to shake their hand afterwards." Or did he just jump up and shake their hand by himself? And if he did that, that could be an issue. Me, I would rather him not shake their hand at all. Fuck all that. You can be mad. Because like I said, when we lost with Kobe, I was just praying we had a game the next day so we can get it back. Because if not, nigga, if we got 2-3 days in between games, that's 2-3 days of Kobe coming in the gym and rip your head off mentality. He coming with that lunch pail. He ain't like the rest of these superstars, nigga. He actually practiced. You gonna feel them elbows. You got videos of Kobe cussing out Sasha in practice, cussing out everybody, rallying the troops. But he doing it with the work. He not doing it from the sideline. He not doing it from the weight room. He doing it right there, sweating. You get a chance to hit him, and if you do hit him, he's embracing that hit, and he gonna hit your ass back even harder. And so he gonna keep hooping, and that's what hoopers do. He wasn't like everybody else. These guys complain and whine about too damn much. Like that, this shouldn't even be a news story. This is when people start creating things so that they can have something to talk about. Because he went by himself, that's something. To me, if he went by himself, that's something internally that Minnesota should deal with. Yeah, Minnesota gonna deal with it. Houston, they might have a problem. Yeah, because internally that might be a little bit of an issue. But he said Kobe was built for it tough. I'm telling you, Kobe, if that situation happened, Kobe would have threw his hands up, walked off the goddamn court. You'd have saw him steaming on the sideline, and he'd have been ready to go. Matter of fact, Kobe might not have wanted to come out the game. Kobe still think he could score. If it's 8 minutes left, how much was they down? Because Kobe could score 25 in a quarter. So he would have probably been thinking, nah, don't take me out till we got 1 minute left, till I really know it's over. You dealing with a motherfucker that can come down and hit 6-7 3-pointers in a row, and that's his mentality. So I don't know. I didn't watch the game. But let's move on to Brown and Stephen A. Because yeah, this was big news yesterday.
Stephen A, Stephen B. Fuck Stephen A. Stephen A, Stephen B, Stephen C. Like,
all right, I'm with you when you say F Stephen A, but I don't know about Stephen A, Stephen B, Stephen C. I think we could have. You need me to come write your jokes a little bit. Yeah, you too smart. You too smart to make jokes like that. You need more ignorant in you. I understand. You're too educated to get as ignorant as me. But yeah, Stephen A, fuck Stephen A. We could have paused there. But Stephen B, Stephen C, yeah, we could have left that part out. I could have helped you with that. But let's keep hearing the rest.
my offer still stands.
Okay, so we got to talk about Stephen A. Smith and Jaylen Brown, man. Jaylen Brown went off calling out Stephen A. Smith for being a fake journalist. And we all know that Jaylen Brown confronted Stephen A. Smith a while ago when he pretty much called Stephen A. Smith a coward to his face, talking about Stephen A. Smith and these fake sources when they was leaking these rumors about Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown, it's not so much that he's underrated. It's that he's just not liked because of his quote, I am better.
Look at this script reading little B. He ain't even look up. He just reading off of a script, man. If this is what you actually think, why do you have to read it off a piece of paper? And if you just had notes to jog your memory, then you should have just remembered after you had whatever line that refreshed your memory, then you could have remembered from that. He just looked like he's reading straight from a goddamn on script. That's crazy. Script reading, son of a beep.
Than you attitude. He knows it. It's the same reason he is not as marketable as he should be. That's what an NBA source just sent me.
This all kind of happened on your platform. I wanted to send a message to you. I basically wanted to say that I think it's cowardice.
Okay, so Jaylen Brown was on stream. He's been doing these streams talking about the NBA and some journalists and Stephen A. Smith and people that's been talking about him. He's been doing some interviews and stuff like that as well in this offseason. And now he called out Stephen A. Smith. So let's check out this clip right here. And if you can, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. That really does help support my YouTube channel. I really do appreciate that. Thank you.
Get into the good stuff. This is where all the clickbaiters is ready to click. Let's get into the good stuff. Last week, I had an exchange online with Stephen A., where he was vocal about what he thought I needed to do. And he also said some other things. So let's watch it together on stream chat. We can react to it together. This is just, we're just doing some investigative journalism. This is what one of the clips that one of the clips that was going viral from our exchange. This was his response.
On Jaylen Brown's program. You know where Jason Tatum was?
Oh, let's start it over.
That Jason Tatum hasn't appeared on Jaylen Brown's program.
Okay.
You know where Jason Tatum was? Right here on First Take.
Let's pause right there. What type of journalism is this? Jason Tatum hasn't been on my stream, and this is what we're talking about on First Take. What if JT just don't like being somewhere in an uncontrolled environment? Why are you doing journalism on me having guests on my stream? And this is a part of the reason why I started streaming. This is a part of the reason why people use the term clown and it synchronizes with someone like Stephen A. Smith. Because this is what you're using your platform for. What are you talking about?
Right. You would expect a YouTuber to just come out with shit like that. You don't expect this guy to come say that on his show on ESPN. Why are you saying that? Do you know it can only take away from these players when they speak more, especially one who is educated like Jaylen Brown, who's not just going to fall for the buffet, not just smile and talk just basketball talk all day. He's going to intimidate certain people because you can't use the same old trope that you use against him that you use against most people. You cannot call this guy a dumb jock. You cannot tell this guy to shut up and dribble. This guy's been in fucking NASA. You can't use the same old shit. He's like an anomaly. He don't fit in really nowhere. He can't fit in with most of us, regular black athletes because most of us don't have the education that he had. And then he doesn't fit in with most of the white folks because he's going to intimidate most of them because he's going to talk from a position of strength and education that a lot of white liberals don't like. And I'm not talking about the average everyday white American because the average everyday white American too busy working. They don't give a damn. But those liberals that want to tell people how to think and control people that run basketball in the media, they're not going to like a Jaylen Brown because he's going to be hard to control and hard to get things across. And so that's why they don't like Jaylen Brown.
Let's continue.
So in other words, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum showed up on First Take before he showed up on your damn show.
What does that have to do with anything? What? This is journalism. This is why I started streaming, chat. What does that have to do with basketball? What does that have to do with performance? What does that have to do with anything?
Oh, I can answer that, Jalen. Nothing. But guess what? What do you expect from somebody that don't know Jack Judy about basketball? He don't know nothing about basketball. This guy is just as good as an encyclopedia. All he does is store data and information. He can tell you about who played in 1975. He can tell you what team Charles Barkley was the best on. And he could tell you all type of history, but he don't know Jack Judy about basketball. The game, the nuances, the way it's played, how you have to persevere through injury, through personal situation. He don't know what the hell he talking about. He's an entertainer. He's there to create these type of stories. And especially when it's a guy like you, because they got to take away from a guy like you. $300 million, no scandals, no kids, no drama. Yeah, we got to take away from you, buddy. So any small, minute story, any goddamn thing we can use, we going to use it. Whether you like it or not. And that's how he going to say it. That's not me saying it, but that's how he going to say it. I actually respect Jaylen Brown and his walk, but Stephen A, he's everything that Stephen A is not. He's a good basketball player. He's actually smart without a thesaurus in a dictionary. And you can't use all the stuff that he used against Jaylen Brown to take away from him. So the lowest bottom of the barrel shit that he can find is, why come your teammate ain't been on your podcast? How come Skip ain't been on your motherfucking podcast? How come Skip only come when he on ESPN to talk to you? You got your own show. Skip ain't come not one time. So we all can just make up stuff. How come Allen Iverson ain't come on your show if you down with all the brothers? You know?
Relative to like the game, you know what I mean? It doesn't. And this is where, you know, why people call him out, because he uses his platform in his nature. And his nature can be, this causes issues.
And then this is stuff that's just flying over your head. You think nobody notices that hasn't happened? You're saying it's the year that Jason Tatum was down with an Achilles tear is your favorite year? The year that Jason Tatum had to sit out, this closeout game 7 because of the injury incurred against.
What's up, Jess? Can y'all hear?
I turned it up. I can hear it already. Pull
That's your favorite year? The year?
I think they might be able to hear it better now.
Pull this up a little bit.
Which one?
That's up. Yeah, go this way. Keep going. Try there. Yeah, see now.
That you lose 3-1. Of all the stars in the history of the Boston Celtics, you the only one because you were driving the bus. Ain't nobody pointing at Jason Tatum. He was sitting.
Right.
He was sitting. He was in street clothes. You the only one. The only star in the history of the Boston Celtics that ever lost a 3-1 lead and surrendered it, and that's your favorite year. Why? Because you and your teammates developed better chemistry? Like the robbery? You understand? Because you overcame adversity?
See, this is where I got to pause again. See, this is a narrative that he's creating. This is in journalism. This is him making his own opinion and formalizing it about what I had to say on his platform. And this is why, respectfully, a lot of people say, fuck Stephen A. Because this is the type of stuff he does, and then he doesn't recognize it. But he's creating a narrative saying that the reason why I'm saying that I had my favorite season is because selfishly I had a best performing year. Not the fact that we outproved expectations, not the fact that everybody expected us to be nothing and we had to fight and we showed up and we competed every single day and we had to fight for every victory. Not the joy of watching our teammates grow, or not the joy of watching guys who are unproven start to solidify themselves as well through leadership, through chemistry. Like, he maybe not doesn't understand that because maybe he's never had to fight for nothing in his life. Maybe anytime adversity is hit, he's rolled over or he's gave in. So he thinks it's the same thing as somebody who has little to no expectation and they stood up and they made a name for themselves. He may not understand that concept, and that's why he's pushing his narrative. But once again, this is what Stephen A is using his platform for. Let's see what he finishes.
What happens? What's the remedy? Given all these things you're pointing out, I'm with you. But that's why I brought up the whole trade thing again. What are you going to do about it?
I don't mind. But what I'm saying is the first order of business is that he needs to be quiet and like.
Let me stop right there. Did you just say I needed to be quiet? Be quiet for who? Man, fuck Stephen A. Stephen A, Stephen B, Stephen C. Like, my offer still stands. You want me to be quiet and stop streaming? Well, I want you to be quiet and get off these networks, because you're not using your platform to do real journalism. You're using your platform to use clickbait. Tell this motherfucker to retire, because he's the face of clickbait media at the point. And maybe with his retirement, we could spark a movement to get the rest of these motherfuckers out of here, or to also have some type of forget journalistic integrity, actual integrity, in order to hold themselves accountable to the bullshit takes they put out with no basis, no bias, no information, just narrative, just for the sake of just pushing a weak narrative, just purely out of that. I'll give it up. I'll pass streaming. I'll sign some streamers or some shit. I'll you know what I mean? It ain't a big deal. Y'all ain't never heard from me before this. Think about it. I don't do no media, no podcasts. I don't do none of that. I barely post on social media. But the fact is that my obligation is to, as an athlete, I'm obligated to speak to the media. It's my job. Like, he thinks the media is his job, and so is it. It's my job too. It's in my contract. If I do not speak to the media, then I will be fined. So when they use that comparison where it's my job, it's your job to play basketball, it's also my job to speak to the media. It is also my job to speak to the media. I get.
He's right. It is his job to speak to the media. that is definitely his job. Shit, they used to make me speak to them bloodsuckers, and I used to just stay silent, or I would just be like, I don't know, because they always lie. When they have it in for you, and they have a narrative that they want to run about you, they constantly hit you with disrespectful questions or investigative type of journalism type of questions that don't got shit to do with basketball. They have picks of who they want to respect and like. And I don't know what this guy has done to people, but he's just a guy that they just don't want to like. And that's okay. But you don't have to put nothing negative on the man's name just because you don't like him. That's the only thing that people got to understand. You don't have to put something negative on someone's name because you don't like them. Like, that's crazy. And the man can't be proud of his season that he led the team. He didn't ask Jaylen Brown, well, why are you proud of this season? The man said logical things because nobody expected Boston to get where they went. I thought it was a wash for them. When Tatum went down, I'm like, oh, there it is. It's over with. But what did we see? We saw Brown step his game to another level. And instead of people talking about that, they want to make it seem like he's selfish. If he would have played bad, they would have said, see, he can't play without Tatum. He goes out there and kick ass. And then they say, well, he did it. He liked this season because he's selfish. No, he liked the season because he showed that without Tatum, with the chip stacked against them, that team insulated themselves. They banded together and they played with what they had. And Tatum should not have come back. What the hell are you doing coming back from an Achilles injury in 1 year? You ain't gonna do nothing but fuck your other leg up. So now Tatum, instead of him sitting out, fully recovering and going through a full summer of training and not training where you're rushing, when he thought he was ready, he should have took another month. When they tell us all the time, when you think you're ready, take another 2 weeks. But he didn't want to do that. He wanted to play right then. And what happened? He injured his other leg. Now he got to go through rehab again this summer. He got to start the process again instead of coming back to training camp healthy. You know? And him coming back could have messed up the chemistry that they had going on. Those guys were playing at a high level. Do they need Jason Tatum? Yes. But they need him to come back with a mindset of do what it takes to help the team win, not come back and I'm going to be superstar Tatum. So, Stephen A., you don't know shit about that. And so that's why you couldn't speak towards a guy who he was hearing the media saying it's over for Boston. And then he grabbed that team by the horns, him and his teammates, and they did a great job. He can't be proud of that. It got to be a disdain or a disrespect to somebody else for him to be proud that he helped uplift a team that nobody thought was going to be there. And Stephen A., you said you ain't scared to talk to nobody. How come me and you ain't never talked yet? I'm on Jason Whitlock. I done gone on a lot of shows. You done been all around the world talking about me, but won't talk to me. You still a coward, son. You came to a YouTube space because I said that your bitch ass work for ESPN. You don't have your own thing. You a boy. And so I leveled you up. Now you got your own. And you still scared to come over here and answer. You want to still get the people to say it's about basketball when we saw you on stage at colleges and high schools talking about one particular player, dummy. So all this blackety black man talk that you like to speak on, but you still won't come have that conversation that you need to have. You owe that to me, boy. When you gonna be a man? You said if anybody call you out, you'll be there. You'll talk that dark tone. You'll talk like you tough. If you want me to, I'll pull up on you. It's just for a conversation. You ain't scared, is you? I ain't gonna stand over you like LeBron. I ain't gonna threaten to slap the shit out you. It wouldn't be worth my time. But I know you in a conversation with me. I know damn well you're not willing to have that conversation. I know you're not. Because Jalen Rose tried to give your stupid ass the out, but you have no talent. So what you do, and most guys like you, when you have no talent, you use that reasoning that you got. You be like, well, fuck it, I don't got no talent, so I gotta eat. So all you do is talk shit. Now I hope you do hear this, Stephen A. You done pulled up on Gilbert Arenas talking about me. You done went on ESPN talking about me. You done went on several shows and they've asked you questions about me. And you do all this talking. I feel bad for the brother. I can hear the anger. Dumbass boy, anybody would be angry with a broke knee, bald head, ahi tuna jellyfish like you, talking about them in front of white folks, ruining their contracts. And, you know, when teams would want to sign me, I remember I would have had a signing. Oh, they want to sign you for $45 million because that's what the numbers say. But when somebody has sullied your name and muddied the waters with your name so much, how can you get fanfare excited around signing somebody that you're calling a bust for $36 million? Not even a mid-level exception at the time. How can you get a team excited about signing a guy for $45 million, $50 million when you calling him a bust, but the numbers say at the time that's what he should have got signed for? So what do teams do? Okay, we're going to give you that number. We're going to give you that $8-10 million a year number, but we got to shorten the years. We can't do 5 years with you. We can't do 6. Stephen A. Smith done said all this stuff. So it's a real horrible thing surrounding this guy. And y'all swear up and down it got anything to do with, oh, he didn't like because the way he played. No, they sick this boy on certain people. They sick this little weasel on certain people. And I don't know why people listen to his basketball talk. He doesn't know how to play basketball. He don't know shit about basketball. But hey, but Stephen A., I'm still here, buddy. I know you thought it was going to be 15 minutes, but I'm still here. And so whenever you want to have that sit down like a man on why you was going to these high school and to colleges and what were you trying to get them to learn? And what do you think was their takeaway? What was beneficial about your visit at these colleges and high school? I'm even giving you the questions so you can go to your bosses and they can chat GPT your answers for you. Because I know you ain't going to be able to answer these questions. And I got a few more that I'm withholding. So go ask your bosses, can you talk to me? Boy, I'm going to act like Nate. Boy.
Fine if I don't.
Okay, so that's it for today's video, guys. Man, I just want to show y'all guys that clip of Jaylen Brown calling out Stephen A. Smith. Like I said, man, this is not the first time Jaylen Brown has called out and checked Stephen A. Smith for his journalism and stuff like that. And yeah, man, you know, Jaylen Brown's going to stand on business when it comes to that. So
look at these shows, man. These shows ain't about basketball no more. These shows is about beefing and beefing on the set. Look at all these shows. They ain't nothing but they told me, Kwame, you don't supposed to be beefing with black men. But look at these men on these shows. They monetizing it on these shows where these white people are paying these guys to argue and disrespect each other on their show. When you can do that on your own goddamn show. Like I'm telling you, you can do that on your own show. It's sad, man. It is sad, man. Unbelievable. But y'all just miss Dick Vitale, laugh out loud. No, we miss people that understood the game, respect NBA players first. We don't like people who are jealous hearted from the get-go. And if you tried to play basketball and you didn't make it, you're supposed to talk about the game with a little more respect. Like you would think so, but that's not the case. These are some hateful punk bitches. But that was my take. It is what it is. I got to hit my boy Tony the closer. I think he want to come up and talk on my main channel about some new people that he outed and the state of affairs that people really don't like people that just tell the truth. It's almost like we like being done wrong. And like I said, damn, that's crazy. But the guy who's outing the people is getting hate mail and getting death threats instead of the person who actually is stealing from you. Very interesting. But yeah, man, that's my time. Y'all have a blessed day. I'm up out of this thing. I'm gone.